This summer, Keanu Reeves and Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're trying to take over the compressors. You have to listen to me. They're looking at AI. Aliens taking over all kinds of mixing and mastering. Get down again. What's going on? Here with Nate. This is Crossbeats Production, and thank you for tuning in. I want to share with you guys a really awesome plugin that I've just come across due to the fact that they actually emailed me at Sonible Audio, and they asked me if I wanted to try this plugin out, and I said yes. They also asked me if I'd like to give away 3 copies of this, and I said yes. So here we are reviewing this plugin, and I'm checking it out for you guys. I'll play an audio demo in just a minute, and at the end of this video I'll show you guys, or I'll tell you guys how you can win these plugins. So stick around for that. Let's go. Okay, so we're here on the screen and you can see that this is the plugin on the screen. Quite a good feature as per normal. You would want this in most plugins or any of them to be able to resize it, so I'm really a big fan of that. I'm glad they did that. And they did that on the previous EQ that they had as well. So that was the Smart EQ. If you haven't ever used that before, maybe just familiarize yourself with it, because that's the Smart EQ. It is a really nice EQ. It does work very well on the mix. Depends on what you use it for. But I tend to use it on vocals and things like that, just to spectral shape and get an idea of what I want for the start. And I use the smart mode quite frequently just to get that kind of start off. And then I mix around with the actual bands and stuff like that. So that's the EQ that they had out a little while ago. And now they've brought this compressor out as well. So it's quite an interesting compressor. And the way it works is it uses that kind of smart AI tech as well. The aliens taking over. They definitely took over on this one. I actually just downloaded this today just to try it out and see what it sounds like before I showed you guys. And now I want to kind of give you my reaction while I'm listening to it with you guys as well. So let's have a listen on this track and see what it can do. We'll hit reset. We'll get that straight back to scratch again. And I'll first use the compressor on. I'll just put it onto the channel, and then we'll hit the AI tech and we'll go from there. Let's go.
It's now or never, it's the time for action, it's the season, things will change until forever, when I'll receive a crown bearing jewels of sweat, blood and pain. I can do all things through.
Wow, that was really quick, and that sounded really good. I was not expecting that. So some of the features that it has on this plugin, you can obviously adjust the standard stuff. So you've got your threshold, you've got your ratio, you've got your attack settings and release settings. Obviously through this section here, it's adjustable for different types of things. So drum kits, kick, snare, bass, guitar, all that sort of stuff. I left it on standard because I figured that would be the most, I guess, standard sort of thing to put on a full mix. So it set up the attack and the release settings automatically for me, and the ratio and the threshold. I adjusted the threshold to taste just then, and I actually felt like once I got to about minus 18 dB, that really worked well for this mix. The spectral compression here, this is just a way of analyzing the audio. So correct me if I'm wrong, Sonible, but when I read the manual, I understand that this is analyzing the audio and it's using sensitivity based on what's going through it and spectral analyzing from there. So it's using spectral compression as they were talking about. And I'll just actually open up the manual just to have a quick look at it. So spectral compression, it talks about how it's basically spectral compression is all about giving the track the best possible definition and maximum transparency by continuously analyzing the input signal across more than 2,000 bands. 2,000 bands? That's a lot of bands. Smart Comp acts like an intelligent, ultra-high resolution multiband compressor. Wow. Okay, that's really cool. I'll let you guys read this. This is awesome. That's very interesting how it works. I like that a lot. Multiband compression. That's very cool. So when I'm listening to it, it doesn't sound like it has any artifacts, and that's really good, because if it's got that many bands of compression going on at once, usually a multiband compression has some form of artifacts, depending on, I mean, it may have, I can't hear it, but I've got this set at 96 kilohertz. So it is really giving me the full definition of the audio that's going through it. So obviously you've got the settings here, A and B, you just A and B, whatever you like. You got the buttons here, you can fiddle that, but then it's got this thing behind the hood which gives you the ability to adjust how the actual attack works. So you can delay it or increase it. You can change the envelope type of thing there. The same on the release as well, and that is really interesting because that actually gives you the ability to make your own style of compression within just these abilities here. Because some compressors have their own style of knee or their compression style. You can adjust the knee here as well, but I mean, this just gives you just way more ability than a standard stock compressor. I love the fact that you can actually see so much what's going on here. That's really, really cool. And I like the fact that you can even sidechain duck stuff. So if you want to use a bass or a kick to sidechain that, you can definitely do that. And then in that sense, you could use the spectral shape, the focus. You could actually just put the focus on the low end. So this is very, very handy when it comes down to using compression in your mix. And sometimes a compressor can do a lot for you, but I feel like they've really stepped out and thought of all the really good ideas for compression on this side of things. So let's just include some of the spectrum here and see what it actually does. So I'll just bypass maybe anywhere from, let's just say 80-ish hertz and go from there. So I'll just bypass.
It's now or never, it's the time for action, it's the season, things will change until forever, when I'll receive a crown bearing jewels of sweat, blood and pain. I can do all things through him who gives me
Wow, that is really cool. You can actually achieve a lot really fast with this. I am very pumped. So if you want to win one of 3 copies that I'm giving away, what I want you to do, first off, subscribe to the channel if you can, because I really appreciate that. That really does help me out and grows this channel immensely. And you guys and your support really helps me out as well. But secondly, what I want you to do is make your comment below in the description box below what compressor you use the most and why. I really would like to know what people are using out there and get an idea of what styles of compression they like and don't like and all that sort of stuff. And then I can obviously give away the 3 copies to the 3 people that I choose on that. So if you want to win one of those, go down to the comment section below. Otherwise, if you didn't and you don't care about that, just check out this plugin. Check it out for yourself. Go review it as well. There is a demo. You can demo that. We'll take it from there. If you enjoyed this video, remember to hit that thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.